Hi friends, back with me with Miss Alfie in Fiantelli YouTube channel. Still, for this week, we're still going to read Usborne Illustrated Story from around the world. And for today's chapter, we are going to read the Magic Pear Tree, a story from China, retold by Rosie Dickens, illustrated by Matt Ward. Let's read together. I hope you enjoy it, and let's begin. The Magic Pear Tree, a story from China, retold by Rosie Dickens, illustrated by Matt Ward. The Magic Pear Tree. Selfish Shan lived all by himself in a little house with a big garden. In the middle of his garden grew a tree. One summer, it was covered in sweet golden pears. There were far too many for Shan, but he couldn't bear the thought of sharing them with anyone else. Instead, he picked every single pear and packed them into a box. "I'll sell them at the market," he chuckled greedily. "They should fetch a pretty penny." Shan set his box of pears on a table and called out to people browsing in the market. "Pears for sale! Pears for sale!" A beggar stopped to admire the plump golden fruit. "Please, could I have one?" he asked. Shan looked at the beggar's rags and frowned. "Can you pay?" he snapped. "No," said the beggar sadly, holding up empty hands. "I don't have any money." "Then go away and stop bothering me," shouted Shan. A kind woman overheard Shan shouting. "Oh, how mean!" She tapped Shan on the shoulder. "Could you spare just one pear?" she said gently. "After all," she went on, "the poor man must be hungry, and you must have more than enough to share." "No!" yelled Shan selfishly, and he glared at her over the pears. Shan expected the woman to give up and go away, but instead she pulled out her purse and bought a pear and gave it to the beggar herself. "Oh, thank you," said the beggar gratefully. "That was very kind of you." The beggar gazed hungrily at the pear for a moment, and he gobbled it up, stalk and all. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. In a few gulps, it was gone. A moment later, he spat out a handful of little black seed. "Pooh!" "Delicious," sighed the beggar, licking the last of the juice from his lips. He turned to the woman. "Now it's my turn to give you a pear." "Aha!" cried Shan. "So you do have money. You were just pretending to be poor, to try and trick me." But the beggar shook his head. "No," he said, looking Shan straight in the eye. "Truly, I don't have a penny." The woman was puzzled. "If you don't have no money, how will you get another pear?" she asked. The beggar smiled. "I'll show you," he said. "Just watch this." A crowd of curious passers-by joined Shan and the woman to watch. The beggar dug a little hole and dropped in a handful of seeds. He whispered some magic words. Then he glanced up. "Please, could I have some hot water?" he asked. A tea seller brought over a pot of steaming tea. "Will this do?" he asked. "Perfect!" cried the beggar. Carefully, the beggar poured hot tea into the hole. Steam billowed up, hiding everything for a moment. When it cleared, the crowd gasped. Something was shooting up out of the hole, something with twigs and leaves. It must be magic! The something grew and grew. It grew into a magnificent tree with gleaming leaves and golden pears. When the tree had stopped growing, the beggar picked a pear and handed it to the woman. Delicious!" she exclaimed, between sweet, juicy mouthfuls. The beggar turned to the crowd. "Who else would like a pear?" "Me, me, me!" they shouted, reaching out eager hands. The beggar picked a pear after golden pear, handing them out to the crowd until the tree was bare. Everyone got one, even selfish Shan. It was the best pear he had ever tasted. Delicious! Now everyone was busy eating. No one was watching the beggar. Quietly, he chopped down the tree and strolled away. When Shan finished his pear, he glanced around and gasped in shock. He could not believe his eyes.
Oh no!
All of his precious pear had gone, and their wooden box was chopped to pieces. What? He stuttered. How? All too late, he realized. "We've been tricked," he yelled. "Those pears the beggars picked, they were mine. The beggar turned my box into a tree by magic so he could steal my pears. That mean old thief!" Shan was absolutely furious at the beggar's trick. He was left with nothing but a red face. The crowd just laughed. "You deserve it," they told him. "Now perhaps you will be less selfish next time." The end. From this chapter, we learn that we don't need to be greedy. Share something that you have with someone else, with your brother or your sister, with mommy or daddy. So learn to share and don't be afraid that you will lose what you have right now. Okay? Bye. The end. That's it, friends, for today's chapter. Chapter 9 for the Magic Pear Tree. The reading from Usborne Illustrated Stories. I'll see you next week for another chapter, the last chapter from this book. And I hope you're excited as much as I am excited to read this for you. I hope you enjoy this chapter, and please click the like button if you like the video, and subscribe for more video about me, and you can see the previous video that I already uploaded. Okay, see you. Bye bye.